An hour's time or so.
Yeah, not much time to rest and recover, so the runners will just spin their legs on the rollers, try to keep warm. A little bit of a time to watch back the videos, maybe make some changes in and amongst the team. Of course, there's a few teams there with 4 riders in total, so you can change the lineup. Then we go again.
Women's scratch race is the first endurance event of these Elite European Championships in 2023. Euros that have been going in this guise since 2010 when we started in Pruszko. Reigning champion is Anita Stenberg, Norwegian rider, but the world champion's here as well. Yeah,
it was a huge result for Stenberg last summer to win this title when we had the European champs in Munich, and then the world title was won by Martina Fidanza for Italy, who's also here. And only 6 months, unfortunately, for Stenberg in that jersey until the Euro champs have rolled round again. So early Euro champs this year. But I'm sure she will do her best to defend that title. I've really seen a big change in Stenberg since she won that. It's really boosted her confidence.
She was on good form in the Champions League, wasn't she, as well, in the autumn? Well, Olivia Balasaita is here. Just saw Anna Koljuk representing Ukraine, Pikulyuk, Koponi of France. There's some top riders here. Verena Eberhardt represents Austria. Alice Schott is the Irish rider. Great Britain with Ella Barnwell riding. And a scratch race, well, this is one of the most simple events you can have on the track. 40 laps, 10 kilometers, first across the line, takes the win. Should be simple.
It should be simple. We can have a few different things happen, so we can have riders gain a lap. If you gain a lap, you are simply 250 metres a lap ahead of the rest of the field. So even if then you were to finish further down the field, but you're a lap up, you would be the winner. There is Van der Duyn of the Netherlands. She was silver in this event at the World Champs back in October. She's a really impressive young rider, good on the road as well, had a good Tour de France as well last summer, so exciting to see how she gets on. Got Clara Caponi there of France as well.
She too is a top road rider, like many on the endurance side.
Yeah.
And Martina Fidanza, one to watch as the reigning world champion. She's already taken a European title in this discipline as well, let's not forget. I think it's back in 2020 she was the Queen of Europe.
Fidanza's also Team Pursuit world champion.
There isn't much she can't do.
No, very talented.
Looking at Alice Sharp there in the green.
Yes, Alice Sharp was up in the Team Pursuit this morning, so a few of these riders in this scratch race this evening would have been part of their national team for the Team Pursuit qualifiers, which were earlier on today. Next round of Team Pursuiting is tomorrow, so leaves you free this evening to race a scratch race if you so desire.
I think there was a new Irish national record set earlier on today as well by the Team Pursuiters.
That is
qualification.
Good knowledge, Rob. Their time was a 4:21.4. Qualified in 5th place, so they will be up again tomorrow.
The Irish Team Pursuit team putting a lot of work in the last few years. Hours and hours spent riding around in Palma. Of course, on the circuit, competing around the world as well.
Currently no indoor velodrome in Ireland, but just last week it was announced that they are finally getting one. So that would be really good for the development of the sport back there in Ireland.
There is Martina Fidanza. And I've just had a message from our good mate and colleague Magnus Begstad, who is now working in the Women's World Tour as a sports director, running the show really at Canyon SRAM, saying that a couple of his riders have just been on team camp with the road in Spain, Shari Bossert, as well as Maaike van der Duyn. So he said they were top riders on the road. They have been riding plenty of kilometers. So a 10K race should be well within their means.
Yeah, so there's Shari Bossert of Belgium. She actually broke her collarbone just after Christmas. She's Madison world champion, but had to have a little bit of time out. Get her collarbone operated on. I think she's got a plate and screws in there now, but she's good to race again.
All smiles for Olivia Balasaita of Lithuania. Here's the world champion. This is Martina Fidanza. We mentioned Ella Barnwell, lined up there for Great Britain. Taking a while to get everyone organised, this.
Yep, so they're told before the start of the race whether they'll be lining up at the fence or down at the blue band, and they will be told the order they need to line up in. So Fidanza there as the world champion, she's been given the front of the field on the fence, and down at the bottom that is Anita Yvonne Stenberg of Norway, who is at the front of all the riders on the blue band. She's of course the defending European champion. So the riders are told beforehand exactly where they need to line up at the start.
Maria Martins of Portugal. Riders won't want to be still for too long. Rider from Spain. The Spanish representative here is Eukeni Larrate from the Basque Country.
Yeah, another rider who was team pursuiting this morning as well. So, busy day of racing.
Scoponi, who's well versed and well used to this. One of the more experienced riders. It looks as though Larrate is going to take her position, and we may be good to go. The whistle goes. Time for a lap before everybody gets organised. Then the gun will go, and we will have a 40-lap, 10-kilometre race to see who's going to take our first European title of these championships. Looks as though everyone's together and ready. And there we go, 40 laps on the board. It's scratch racing time. First across the line will take the European title. Races here can be very different, can't they? Depends on the tactics. There's the Greek rider Argyro Milaki. Some riders will want to conserve energy, some will want to go soon. Those who can sprint will fancy their chances in a bunch kick.
Yep, so no rules here really in the scratch race in terms of how the race is run. When riders come to the front, we'll often see them do up to half a lap on the front before swinging off. Just seeing Pikulik there of Poland swinging up the track, but no rules at all in that sense. You can just do 2 pedal revs and swing off the front. No obligation to ride any laps at all on the front there. You'll see some riders swing up the track and then join back in the string halfway through. Others will go right to the back and relax and not want to be hitting the wind at all. So different tactics. Also, you need to pick your gear before the start of the race. Of course, we're on fixed gears here in track cycling. And your tactics will very much dictate your gear choice. If you want to go for the sprint and conserve energy, you'll ride on a bigger gear. If you plan to attack, you'll ride a smaller gear. If you've gone for that big gear for the sprint, but the race is a really attacking race, that can be a very painful position to be in. You've got to try and respond to those attacks in that big gear, but that is the gamble in track cycling. You need to pick that gear before the start and go with it.
Petra Sevichkova. Blue, white and red of Czech Republic. Van der Dern is there. I think it is again. There's that lack of an orange jersey for the Netherlands. Hope they sort that out before the Olympics. And a Saiter in the green. And the world champion, of course, not wearing the Italian jersey, given the fact she is the top rider in the world in this discipline. Martina Fidanza in that rainbow jersey, just moving up through the line. No moves, no attacks yet. 2 minutes into the race and approaching a quarter of a way through. 1K to go until we go to that 30 laps remaining.
So it's always very special to get the chance to wear a rainbow jersey. And of course in track cycling there's a few less opportunities than there are perhaps if you win the World Road Race Championship. So very special moment here for Fidanza to be able to be racing in that rainbow jersey.
Germany's Lena Charlotte Reisner there towards the front. You look at Fidanza again. Cagey start this.
Yes, it is. So this is, of course, the first bunch race.
Calientes, but we're getting there.
Yeah, it makes a little bit of difference.
Halfway through the race, still no moves. Slight increase in pace with 5 kilometers ridden. A couple of riders just missing turns. And now then, here we go. First move, and it comes from Switzerland. And it's Lena Mitro who makes the move with Alice Sharp on a wheel, and a little gap that's being closed now by Pikuliuk of Poland and the human-powered health team.
Yeah, Alice Sharp of Ireland was straight on that move there, looking really strong. Just see her looking over her shoulder there, just seeing if she still has the Swiss rider with her. She hasn't. She swung up the track, realised it's just her, and she's decided to carry on and commit. Very small gap at the moment. 18 laps to go.
Alice Sharp then try to take the chance. Mitro of Switzerland not able to hack the pace. And who is going to close this down? Fidanza does a decent turn. This now is van der Deun, and Sharp with her gap brought back. Bit of a split in the peloton here that has to be closed up quickly. Maria Martins is going to try and keep this going for Portugal though, and the pace certainly is up, even though everybody's coming back together now.
Yeah, back together now, but very telling that there was that split. That means a slight lack of concentration from somebody in that bunch or someone not quite having the legs there. So you don't want to find yourself on the wrong side of a split like that, because it is all that, there's little bits of extra work which you could do without. Inside 15 laps to go now. That was our first big move.
Shevchikova at the front now. Fidanza, the world champion, just behind her, Kopuni. And you have Barnwell of Great Britain. And the European queen from last August in Munich. Stenberg does a very short turn there. Approaching the final 2.5 kilometers soon. We've got 13 laps to go when they come through here. And now we've got a next move. It's Eberhardt of Austria.
Yeah, so attacking down towards the bottom of the track there. Very difficult to get a gap when you aren't using the banking. But there are a lot of riders straight on that move there. No one wanting to let any gaps go at this stage of the race.
And a Saiter just making her presence at the front felt. Kopuni now. Nothing going and sticking yet. We're approaching 3/4 away through this opening endurance event of the European Champions this year. And she's trying again, is Metro.
Yeah, she's got the home crowds here. She's enjoying having these applause. You may as well make the most of it at this stage. And this is a bigger move than the last one, and a bit of hesitation in the group behind. No one ready to commit to the chase just yet.
9.5 minutes in, but it's going to get speedy, it's going to get quick now. There's that hesitation continuing. Metro wants to take her chance, and she will be riding away to try and do what she can. Now in the chase, you've got Spain there. Larrate there, chasing down and really doing a big turn to do that. And it looks as though it's the Iberian connection, because Martins has gone with her. And Maria Martins is a really quick finisher.
Yeah, Maria Martins had multiple medals at this level in these sort of events, and she is straight on that move. Second wheel at the moment there for the Portuguese rider.
Metro caught and back in the bunch, but it looks as though behind they're going to work together. Nobody wanting to really commit, though, with 2 kilometers left, just less now. 7 laps to go. It's Martins and Larrate of Portugal and Spain.
Yeah, and they're working well together. When you've got just 2 riders away, it's far easier to work well together when you've got a smaller group like that rather than a big string. And you can see the hesitation now behind, mainly above the blue line. Everyone is looking at each other. Pikalik of Poland there were just on the front, just looking around to see who was going to take on the chase.
Into the final 1.5 kilometers now. 6 laps to go, and they've really got to get a budge on behind if they're going to catch these 2 in the front. It's at that moment where a few more seconds hesitation, and that will be that.
Yeah, half a lap now. Saiter of Lithuania was just coming to the front there, but I don't think anyone else is really keen to commit to this chase. And you can just see these 2 riders here really committed to working well together at the moment. 4 laps to go.
It's Spain and Portugal, with Larrate of the Basque Country and Martins, the Portuguese, behind, and they're on their way to dueling it out here for the world title. Coming up to 3 laps to go now. Maria Martins of Portugal, Larrate of Spain. Half a lap of a gap. They remain committed, but have to remain committed now. And behind, Pikalik and Fidanza start to get going. But they really need to get a move on. This is a tremendous ride by those out the front. They're on their way to fighting it out for the title here, Joe. 2 laps.
They are. This is a huge move, and I think the bunch have left it too late. They're moving now, but it's still half a lap distance.
So Martins and Larrate with a brilliant opportunity. They start to catch behind, but the bell is going. They're onto the final lap, and it's one big effort from those 2 in front who will take it. And here comes Martins. Larrate trying to wait. Martins sprinting away, and Maria Martins is on her way to becoming the European champion here. She knows it. She's celebrating. It's Portugal 1, Spain 2, and Maria Martins is the European champion. Eukene Larate in second place, and although we didn't see the sprint behind, the camera focuses on Maaike van der Deurne, which suggests she may well have taken bronze. But Mahia Martins takes a European title for Portugal.
That will be a hugely popular victory among so many people in the track cycling community. She's had medals before at this level. She was a medalist at the 2020 World Champs in the scratch race, medalist at the 2019 European Champs in the scratch race. She had medals in the Omnium and the elimination race as well. Has never won a title at senior level on the track. So that was absolutely awesome. I'm over the moon for her.
Mahia Martins is one of the most enthusiastic riders out there. When she didn't have a team a few years ago on the road, she was going round giving her CV out. She was desperate to stay doing what she does, and she's done it. Today is the culmination of that. She's the European champion, with a special ride too for Eukene Larate, who seems overcome with emotion too. We were talking about the lack of results for Spain. They've got a podium here. Brilliant stuff from them as well.
Yeah, what a great start for the first medals available at these European Championships. Absolute delight for these riders.
Eukene Larate Arteaga from the Basque Country brings home silver for Spain. It is Maria Martins, Eukene Larate, and it's Daria Pikuliuk who snuck in ahead of Maaike van der Deurne in that sprint. Martina Fidanza, the world champion, has to settle for 5th place, with a 6th for Britain's Barnwell. A scratch race that took a while to get going.